Okay, you guys, I want to quickly take you through just a few points of this two-horn writing. This is a tune that I wrote on the changes to Bemsha Swing. It's a Thelonious Monk tune. And you may have remembered that I pointed out that realbook.us site where you can basically take any jazz standard or jazz tune and change the key and get the changes and use those for your tune writing or melody writing, so you can write charts on those. So this is an original tune, but it's basically based on changes from Bemsha Swing. And it's a easy swing tune. You can listen to it above and follow along with the score. But I wanted to point out just a few things. It's a very short tune, and remember that when you're dealing with only a few players, generally you're probably going to be leaning towards more of an improvisational type of tune. I could have done some ensemble on this, but two horns is a lot less than three, which is a lot less than four as well, because the less you have to work with, the harder it becomes to basically present that harmony in a good way, and also you don't have much weight of the instruments either. So you can imagine the difference between two horns and a big band. A big band generally is more ensemble related, and when you have two horns, you certainly could write out stuff that doesn't need to be improvised, but really this is more of like a head chart in a way. But I did add an intro. As you can see, I took the changes from basically the tune, and it's a kind of a bassy piano solo-y type of thing. You can listen above, and that basically brings in the horn players here with the melody. Now there's two things you can do. Well, there's basically a few things you can do when you're writing for just two players. You can be, if you think of the span weight density concept, you can be in unison. That would be the same notes, the exact same notes by the two players. Generally we're going to have a more treble based instrument here like trumpet or alto sax, and down here we'd have more of a bass clefy type of lower instrument, tenor sax or trombone. So I did include those parts so you can mix and match as you see fit, but generally it's going to be trumpet and tenor, or trumpet and trombone, or alto and tenor, or alto and trombone. Okay, so like I said, you only have a few options, and one is unison. The other is unison at the octave, and here's what I did there. This is unison at the octave, but you certainly could have unison on the same note as well. So the octave is going to be more of a it's an octave span basically. So what I try to do is mix and match different types of densities, and also for the dominant chords I tried to relay the information of the upper extensions as well as the dominant chord. You'll see here, this is not transposed, but you'll see here that's a D flat and an A there, an A concert. So that is the sharp 11, and that is the 7th there. So he moves to the 3rd and back to the sharp 11. So as you listen to this, be aware of where I placed some of the, especially in the tenor part where he has to harmonize with the trumpet melody line. Okay, let me go to the next page here and go up. Okay, the other thing you can do when you're working in rhythmic unison is have harmony at the what's called like a coupling. This is a coupling of a third here. Now I can't play it here on my computer because it won't record, but you can listen to it above. And that is basically rhythmic unison, and it's harmonized at the third, down and back up again. And you notice that it fits the chord changes here, C6 and A minor 7. Okay, other spots I tried to make it so the tenor part would give me the information that needed to tell the listener what the chord was. So here we have the 7th of the D flat 7, and here we have the sharp 11. And that works well not only because it sounds like a D flat 7 sharp 11. You do have the piano player. I did kind of mirror the horns with the piano player, and I wrote out the piano part so your piano player can play through, and then they can steal stuff during the solos. another thing here too is that you don't always have to be in rhythmic unison. Now you notice I have rhythmic unison here, same rhythm on top as bottom. Now we're talking rhythm here, not notes. Same rhythm there, and then I broke into as the melody moves up there, I just have basically harmonic notes here. A C, and that is a D sharp. That's the third and the root of the chord there. Okay. In the melody where you have a little bit of trouble harmonizing, and I worked out this, I ended up doing just a unison in octaves there. Okay, as we get to the, this is really not a bridge, but it's the second half of the tune. Same thing transpose up, and if you look at the original lesson, you'll get an idea of that, because I covered some of that stuff. There's the same old thing there, the octave unison at the octave, breaking into harmony, unison at the octave. So a lot of that type of stuff. The only other thing that I did here is force. There's a fifth drop there, and I did basically a fifth vertically followed by a fourth vertically. Okay, let me just see if there's probably not much else, but I want to go to the end here. Okay, at the end of the tune, the trumpet player plays here, so I did a little tenor thing to basically move around these changes and have a nice little line using some triplets, and you can listen to that above as well. Okay, so intro, they play through the head, it's all harmonized, different techniques, span, weight, density, whatever. Like I said, you don't have a lot of choices. And then we move into solos, and everybody gets their cookies off soloing. So this would be really playable on obviously on a jazz gig or whatever. And then I did have it go back to the head, and they play it through, and there is a coda. Okay, I'm at the coda here, so they play through the head. At the very end there, as you can see, I did kind of a tag here. I didn't just end the tune, but I did the same tenor type of thing. He meanders around where the chord changes are. So it's really a little bit of a tag. And then I brought the intro back in for the piano solo. So it kind of comes all back around. And then a little ending that kind of denotes or kind of mirrors what the first part of the melody did there. Do ba do do. Instead, I went da 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 da, and you can notice the changes there. I just kind of walked it down from the third, and the way I did that was I basically wrote those changes there. Or no, actually, I came up with the melody there to lead to the seventh. I wanted to end the melody on the seventh, so I just walked it up by chromatically from a G, that's a G concert there, and ended on the seventh, and then I worked out what the changes would be and what he would play to make this melody sound like these changes. So I hope that made sense. And then I wrote the piano part. So it is a process, and obviously the bass player has to play these root notes here in the same rhythm, so you can listen to that above. So anyway, I hope that gives you some insight into two-horn writing. Three-horn writing is a little bit easier in that you can use the same concepts, but you have the extra voice to give you those thirds and sevenths, especially for dominant seventh chords. And you can get a little stuff in force happening as well, so you get a little modern sound there. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and this is yours to play through, and have fun with it. And I'm hoping to put together some kind of class where we all can take a tune and write an original thing on it, and then we can write an arrangement on it, and we can share everybody's charts. So we may have numerous charts on the same changes, but they'll all be different. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. So and we'll learn and get some nice creative original tunes happening as well. So take care and let me know if you have any questions.